This year, something really stood out during my therapy sessions. A significant number of my clients shared similar desires and goals for their lives. It didn't matter if they were young professionals in bustling Washington, seasoned locals enjoying Georgetown strolls, married couples from Capitol Hill, or singles living their best lives in DuPont Circle. The patterns were clear, and it's fascinating how these important goals often get left behind in the chaos of daily life. The 5 goals. Spending more time with the people you love, even in the hustle and bustle. Many shared their longing to be more present with their families and friends. Yet time always felt like a luxury they couldn't afford. Taking small steps to improve their health without drastic lifestyle changes. Another common theme was the promise to get healthier, but big, intimidating goals and a lack of consistency often held them back. Simple strategies to save money and plan better for the new year. The desire to save more or get finances in order came up frequently, yet unexpected expenses or poor planning often derailed these goals. Finding ways to travel more, even with limited budgets or time. The dream of traveling, whether to iconic DC landmarks or faraway destinations, was on almost everyone's list. Yet, the cost or tight schedules often made it feel impossible. Discovering the joy of learning something new or picking up a hobby that truly sparks joy. Finally, many expressed a wish to dive into something new, like a photography class in the National Mall or a pottery workshop in Adams Morgan, but fear of starting or not having time always got in the way. Can you relate to any of these? If so, this video is for you. Today, we'll explore practical and realistic solutions to turn these dreams into actionable steps. No matter how busy or challenging your year has been, it's not too late to make a difference. Let's get started. How many times have you put others first and forgotten about yourself? Do you feel like Christmas is more about meeting expectations than creating meaningful moments? And what if this year could be different, with you as the priority? This Christmas, it's not just about celebrating with others. It's about celebrating yourself, your strength, and everything you still have the power to achieve. But how can you make this idea a reality, especially when the busyness, the demands, and the exhaustion seem to drain all your energy and motivation? In this video, I'll show you how to embrace the Christmas spirit and give yourself the greatest gift of all, a fresh perspective on life and a purposeful new beginning. You'll discover simple and practical ways to celebrate the holiday season while kickstarting your personal transformation. Item 1. Spend more time with the people you love. Recently, during one of my therapy sessions, a client shared a story that really stuck with me. She told me how, at the beginning of the year, she had promised herself to spend more time with her family. Her goal was simple: have lunch with her parents once a month and call her sister every week. But as the months went by, life got in the way. Work consumed her evenings. Exhaustion dominated her weekends, and before she knew it, months had passed without her seeing or even talking to the people who mattered most to her. Why did this happen? It wasn't because she didn't care or didn't want to. It was because she kept thinking there would always be tomorrow. I'll call tomorrow. I'll schedule it next week. But tomorrow never came. And now, with Christmas around the corner, she realized just how much she had missed. Moments that can never be recovered. She missed her nephew's birthday, wasn't there for a family lunch filled with laughter, and didn't share her struggles with the people who love her the most. Those moments slipped away, leaving her with a sense of emptiness and regret. The solution we worked on together was simple but powerful. Start with small, consistent steps. First, she made a list of the people she wanted to reconnect with. Then she scheduled weekly commitments on her phone. Small actions like a 10-minute call or a quick coffee meetup. The key was to prioritize these moments and treat them as important as any work meeting. After all, what could be more important than the people who love you? Today, she's not only rebuilt those connections, but feels more emotionally fulfilled. Because time, when spent wisely, turns into love. And there's no Christmas gift more precious than that. Before we move on to the next point, I want you to remember something important. What's in the past is in the past. You can't change what's already happened, but you have total control over what you do from now on. Each small action is an opportunity to reclaim what seemed lost. So even if it feels hard, keep trying. You deserve to experience the moments that truly matter. Item 2. Being healthier. During another recent conversation, a client confided in me about how she had started the year with big plans to take better care of her health. She wanted to improve her diet, take daily walks, and even meditate to relieve stress. But as the months went by, those goals fell by the wayside. She found herself saying, "Not today, I'm too tired," or "I'll start for real next Monday." Time passed, and by October, she realized nothing had changed. She felt more tired, more discouraged, and increasingly frustrated with herself. She couldn't find the energy to play with her kids. She couldn't carve out a moment of peace in her hectic days. And most of all, she couldn't stop blaming herself for never taking the first step. The solution we came up with was to redefine what being healthy meant for her. Instead of overwhelming and difficult goals, she started with tiny, manageable actions, swapping soda for water, stretching for 5 minutes in the morning, and walking to the local store instead of driving. She also set reminders on her phone for these small changes, treating them like important appointments. The key? Making these changes so simple that they didn't feel like a massive effort, but, over time, created the healthy habits she had been craving. Today, she's not only physically healthier, but also feels proud of herself for starting, even with small steps. Because real change isn't about perfection, it's about progress. Item 3. Saving money or spending wisely. One day, a client told me how he started the year with a clear goal: to save money for a long-awaited family trip. He made an effort at first, but something urgent always came up. A surprise bill, a dinner he couldn't say no to, or a new phone that felt like a good idea at the time. Months later, he realized not only had he saved nothing, but he was also deeper in debt. In the end, the dream of that trip felt farther away than ever. He couldn't spend quality time with his family in a special place. He couldn't create unique memories or feel that sense of accomplishment from turning a dream into reality. Instead of being a tool to achieve his goals, money became an emotional burden. The solution we developed was simple but powerful. Create a dedicated savings fund for his dream, even if he started small. He opened a separate account and set up automatic transfers every month, no matter how small the amount. Additionally, he started reviewing his weekly expenses and asking himself, is this something I need or just something I want right now? Over time, he realized that small, consistent savings added up to something significant. He also allowed himself to celebrate each milestone, like when he saved enough for the first leg of the trip. Today, he not only has better financial control, but also feels more confident about how he uses money for the things that truly matter. Because saving isn't about deprivation, it's about prioritizing what makes your heart beat faster. Item 4. Traveling to new places. How many times have you said, "One day I'll visit that dream destination," only for that day to never come? Did you know that 75% of people list traveling as one of their top goals each year, but only 10% actually make it happen? Why? They believe travel is too complicated, too expensive, or simply out of reach. The truth is, travel doesn't have to be about big budgets or luxury destinations. What really matters is creating experiences, no matter how close or far from home. I get it. Work takes over your life. Bills keep piling up, and when you finally have a free moment, staying home feels easier than planning a trip. I've heard this story so many times, and I know how frustrating it is to feel like life is passing you by while your dreams stay on hold. The issue is, by postponing those dreams, you're delaying moments that could shift your perspective, boost your energy, and even change how you face life's challenges. Sticking to the same routine day after day is exhausting. And the worst part, the years go by and you realize you haven't truly lived. The answer lies in changing how you think about travel. Don't start with the dream vacation. Start with small, doable escapes. Plan a weekend getaway to a nearby town. Use apps to find flight deals, or explore incredible places in your own area that you've never really appreciated. And start a travel fund now, even if it's with small amounts. Remember, it's not about the distance, it's about the experience. Planning ahead makes all the difference. Make a list of places you'd like to visit, decide how much you can save each month, and commit to it. Another great tip is to look for free or low-cost activities at your destination. Often the most memorable parts of a trip are the simplest ones. A walk in a park, a sunset in a new spot. Most importantly, see travel as an investment in yourself and your happiness. Travel isn't about spending a fortune or going far away. It's about stepping out of your bubble and experiencing something new. Because every place you visit, every moment you allow yourself to live, is a gift you'll never forget. And the best time to start planning is now. Item 5. Learning something new or starting a hobby. How many times have you said, "I've always wanted to learn that," but never moved from wanting to actually doing? Did you know that 80% of people say they want to learn something new, but only 20% ever start, and less than 5% stick with it long enough to master the skill? Why does this happen? Because they think they don't have the time, or that they're not good enough. The secret no one tells you is that you don't need to be perfect or dedicate hours every day to learn something new. It all starts with small steps, and often just starting is enough to completely change your life. I know how it feels. Life takes over, and when you finally have a moment to breathe, all you want to do is rest, not push yourself to learn something new. You start thinking, what if I can't do it? What if I give up halfway? And suddenly, that dream of playing an instrument, learning a new language, or even starting to paint feels more like a burden than an opportunity. The problem is, by putting those dreams aside, you're missing out on one of life's greatest joys, discovering something new that inspires you and helps you grow. And over time, frustration creeps in. You start asking yourself why you never do anything different, while the feeling of being stuck only gets stronger. It's a cycle that can leave you unmotivated and without direction. The solution is simple. Start small. Choose something you've always wanted to learn and dedicate just 10 minutes a day to it. These days, there are apps, free videos, and affordable courses that let you learn at your own pace. Don't worry about being perfect or fast. Focus on progress, not perfection. Break it down into simple steps. If you want to learn a language, start with 5 new words a day. If you want to paint, gather basic materials and create small sketches. The key is to fall in love with the process, not the final result. And don't go it alone. Share your journey with friends or join groups of people who share the same interest. This sense of community keeps you motivated. Celebrate each small victory. It reinforces the habit and makes learning a joyful experience. Learning something new isn't just about gaining a skill. It's about rediscovering yourself and seeing the world through fresh eyes. And most importantly, it's about proving to yourself that it's never too late to start or try something new. The best time to begin is now, and the next step is already within your reach. As the holiday season approaches, there's one gift you can give yourself that costs nothing but holds immeasurable value: gratitude. Picture this: a person so consumed by their own frustrations, their own unmet expectations, that they can't see the kindness of the world around them. Their shoulders slump under invisible weight, their words carry a bitter edge, and the warmth of connection slips further from their grasp. This is what life becomes when gratitude is absent: heavy, lonely, and narrow. Gratitude is not just about saying thank you. It's about opening your eyes to the blessings you already have, no matter how small. Think of the people you love spending time with. It's rarely the ones who dwell on what's missing or what went wrong. It's the ones who appreciate the little things, the friend who lights up when they see you, the colleague who acknowledges your effort, the family member who notices when you've had a tough day and quietly offers support. Gratitude has a magnetic pull. It draws people in because it reminds them of what truly matters: connection, presence, and shared joy. Now imagine someone who never says thank you, not for the coffee handed to them with care, not for the opportunity given when they needed it most. Their world becomes small, walled off by their inability to recognize the beauty and generosity around them. They miss out on the richness of relationships and the opportunities that gratitude unlocks. They walk through life blind, not just to what's near, but to what could be waiting just ahead. Gratitude isn't just an emotion, it's a vision, a way of seeing the world that brings clarity to both the present moment and the path forward. This Christmas, let gratitude be your guide. Take a moment right now to think about the people, the experiences, and even the challenges that have shaped you. The act of gratitude doesn't just change your perspective, it changes your heart. It transforms fleeting moments into lasting treasures and turns ordinary days into extraordinary ones. When you choose to be grateful, you don't just light up your own world. You become a light for those around you, someone people are drawn to, someone they want to be with. So, as you reflect on the year behind you and the one waiting ahead, ask yourself, who and what have I been grateful for? How can I show it? Because gratitude isn't just about appreciating the past, it's about unlocking a future filled with connection, purpose, and joy. And that, more than any gift under the tree, is the true spirit of Christmas.